Hi everyone, I'm an autism mom and I have so much to share with you guys. I know, this journey, this road, it's bumpy. It happens with all of us. We all struggle, we have questions, we doubt everything, and then we get overwhelmed. It's okay. I understand you. Do you want to know how? Because I have done the same all this time. Let me tell you one thing. Even if today you don't have all the answers, we will find them along the way. Shall we? Let's talk about some myths relating to autism. And I assure you, by the end of the video, you will be surprised to know that autism is not what you think. It's something that you haven't understood yet. Okay, here we go. Myth number 1. They don't feel emotions. Now this is one of my favorite one. Just like, I love to burst the bubble on this one. Autistic people, they feel very deeply. They just express their emotions in a different way. Myth number 2. All autistic people are the same. I know how this boggles my mind. I mean, it's such a wide spectrum. Every individual is so unique. And one thing that's gonna work for one person, it might not work for the other one. Okay, myth number 3. Oh, this is an interesting one. Only children have autism. I know. Trust me. How this baffles me to just think about it. Like autistic child will grow into an autistic adult, right? And then what? What's gonna happen? They will remain autistic throughout their life, right? Yeah. Myth number 4. Autism is something that you need to fix. Now, this is something that I love. I just love speaking about this one and I cannot stop speaking about this one. Autism is not a disease that you need to fix. It's a part of their identity. What we can fix right now in today's world with so many voices, so many journeys, people are sharing their journeys, they are sharing and raising awareness. What we can fix in today's world is how the world responds to those differences. And the world needs to respond with effort, inclusion, and a bit of more understanding. Things that autism parents wish people truly understood. Every child on the spectrum is different. Some are verbal, some are non-verbal. But each one of them have thoughts, feelings, and emotions that matter deeply. Every meltdown is not a misbehavior or bad parenting. It can be a child who's trying to communicate, who's overwhelmed, going through sensory overload. Autistic children, they are not trying to be difficult. They are trying to navigate a world that's too fast, too bright, or unpredictable for them. Autism parents, we're not looking for sympathy. We're asking for understanding. Our children are not broken. They just experience the world in a different way. Progress in our autism journey isn't always big. For us, a shared glance, a calm moment, or a new word can be a huge victory for us. Autism parents carry invisible weight. The appointments, the advocacy, worry, exhaustion, and a constant effort to make the world understand our child. It can overwhelm us too. So next time you see us struggling, don't judge the moment. Try to understand the meaning behind it. A little bit of understanding, kindness, and acceptance from you can make a huge difference in our children's lives. Autism advocacy matters so much because it creates understanding. And you know what? Understanding changes everything. What looks rude can be a communication difference. What looks like withdrawal can be anxiety or exhaustion. And what looks like misbehavior, it can be sensory overload. Autism advocacy creates understanding. And understanding leads to acceptance. And acceptance leads to inclusion. Advocacy matters because it creates environments where autistic people they feel safe, not pressurized to hide who they are. It matters because it helps people to listen to autistic voices. Because when they listen, they will learn. And when they learn, they will be able to help them, to support them in a better way. It matters because it helps us to create a world that's more accessible, kind, and more inclusive. You know what? Different is not less. It's just different. Hi everyone, let's talk about some autism facts. 1 minute, 10 autism facts. Let's learn together. Fact number 1. Autism is a spectrum, which means autistic people, they are not same. Fact number 2. Many autistic people, they feel sensory differences with touch, smell, texture and sounds. Fact number 3. Not all autistic people are non-speaking. Fact number 4. Our meltdown isn't always a tantrum. It can be a response to overwhelm. Fact number 5. Stimming can be a way of self-regulation or emotional comfort. Fact number 6. Autistic people, they may communicate in a different way. But every form of communication, it matters. Fact number 7. Autism is not caused by bad parenting. Fact number 8. Autistic people, they have their own strengths, talents and perspectives. Fact number 9. Early intervention can be very helpful. But growth in life of these autistic individuals, it will happen throughout their life. Fact number 10. An autistic child will grow into an autistic adult and will remain autistic throughout their life. But acceptance and understanding, they can go a long way in their life. So let's replace judgment with understanding. Because different doesn't mean less. Tell me which one of the facts you found most surprising. And share this video to spread awareness and Hi everyone, today we are doing a book review on a book that is an important contribution towards autism and neurodiversity. Here is the book review. This book is We Are Not Broken by Eric Garcia. Now this book, its central message, it's pretty strong, which is that autistic people, they're not broken or in need of fixing. They're not defective. And they don't need to be changed in order to be loved, valued, or seen. And as a reader, for me, the most interesting thing was how the writer has combined his personal experience and interviews of autistic individuals. He has also covered historical context and topics like diagnosis, education, employment, relationships, and advocacy in this book. If you give this book a read, you will find that this book, it helps to shift your focus from deficits to understanding, empathy, and acceptance. And this book, it's actually a very thought-provoking book. It helps readers to move beyond stereotypes. For me, the biggest takeaway from this book is that understanding begins with learning. Too often, the society misunderstands autism and focuses too much on changing these individuals rather than creating environments where they can thrive. Another key thing that was discussed in this book was that there is diversity among autism community. There is no single autistic experience. You cannot say all of the autistic people they are same. Let me know if you've read the book and what was your biggest takeaway. Hi everyone, today I am sharing with you guys a book that I read some time ago, and I think this book is more than just a book about autism. It's about understanding people. Here's the book reveal. This book is Uniquely Human by Barry M. Prezant. Now, the central message of this book is powerful, which is that not all autistic behaviors, they are random or meaningless. They can be forms of communication or coping mechanisms, or they can be responses to challenges in the environment. Now, throughout the book, the writer has shared the stories of autistic individuals and their families. And he has emphasized that all autistic behaviors, they communicate something. Other than that, social interaction, sensory differences, and emotional regulation is discussed in the book. And if you give this book a read, I think this book will help you move beyond labels and see the person first. And how beautiful is that? Now, for me, this book, it's not just for us autism parents. It's for everyone, like teachers, educators, therapists, and anyone who's seeking a better understanding towards autism. When I was reading this book, I connected with this on so many levels. One time where the writer has addressed the anxiety that we have for future. He says one step at a time, small steps, shifting perspectives. And this gave me hope and courage to move along this journey. My biggest takeaway from this book is importance of compassion. Every person, they deserve to be valued and seen for who they are. Now, this book, it shifts your focus from symptoms and deficits to understanding, human connection, and respect. Do let me know if you've read the book and what was your biggest takeaway. Hi everyone. Did you know that autism is a spectrum and not a straight line? Do you want to know what it means? It means that autism isn't a fixed set of traits. It means that every autistic person has different needs. Some of them have more visible needs. Some of them have less visible needs, but they still face challenges in life. It means that their communication, their behaviors, their social interactions, their sensory needs, they can all vary widely. That's why it's called a spectrum. Not because it's more or less, but because every autistic person, they experience life differently. No two autistic people are same. Autism spectrum means diversity, not ranking or levels. It means different combination of traits. Autism spectrum doesn't mean one thing. It means many things. If I could start this autism journey again, what will I change? Now this is a perspective from my heart. What will I change? I would never change my child. Never. But I will change how I understood this journey. I would worry less about milestones. I would learn about sensory needs earlier. I would ignore judgment from others. I will ask for help without guilt. And I will accept sooner than later. Now I understand. Autism didn't need fixing. My perspective did. And I'm sharing this in hopes that there's someone out there who can feel less lonely watching this. If I could start this autism journey again, what will I change? Now this is a perspective from my heart. What will I change? I would never change my child. Never. But I will change how I understood this journey. I would worry less about milestones. I would learn about sensory needs earlier. I would ignore judgment from others. I will ask for help without guilt. And I will accept sooner than later. Now I understand. Autism didn't need fixing. My perspective did. And I'm sharing this in hopes that there's someone out there who can feel less lonely watching this. ABC. You have to hold it like this. Let's write ABC, okay?
A,
A,
B,
B,
C, D, E,
E.
F,
You want to write F? F. Let's write G over here.
G, H, I, J, K,
Hey.
L, M, N, O, P,
Q.
R,
What is this?
T,
T.
D, V, W,
X.
Y, and Z.
And Z. Good job. High five. High five. Give me a high five. High five. Hi everyone. Here's what autism diagnosis doesn't mean. An autism diagnosis doesn't mean that your child cannot learn. It doesn't mean that your child cannot communicate. It doesn't mean that your child cannot love or experience success or happiness. It definitely doesn't mean that you did something wrong. It doesn't mean that your child's future is already written. What it does mean is that your child, they may experience the world in a different way. They may need different supports, different teaching strategies, and they may communicate in a different way. But a diagnosis, it doesn't change who your child is. Your child is still this incredible child they were before the diagnosis. the diagnosis, it's not a limitation. It gives you a better roadmap to understand them, to advocate for them, to support them. So do share it with other parents who may need to hear it, and just remember, your child is still this amazing child.